Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sushi's World Best of the Battle of the Best Wednesday Scrimmage. We're here going to be starting off with our very first map for tonight is going to be Erangel. Now, Erangel, a wide range of different style of gameplays. You've got long range, mid range, and a short range. And we have a really good flight path kind of towards the south side here, kind of just below Prison, going all the way out to Primorsk. Military base, very close to this flight path here. And we could see some teams there, but Pachinki and School both are also really close to this. So we could see some teams jump there as well. Now we might see some teams kind of jump towards the end of this flight path, kind of towards the hospital area, and then move into Georgia Pool, loot up, suit up, grab what they need, and our teams are jumping off fairly quickly here. We might see some teams actually go to Yasnaya Polyana out there. That is going to be another hot spot for this map as well. Looks like a majority of our teams kind of jumped right off the bat here, and our very first zone is going to have Yasnaya Polyana, School, and Pachinki. So with that, we might see some teams kind of stay there in that area for quite some time and then kind of wait for the zone to close in. And we already have teams down on the ground here. And fights already. Where are we at here? It looks like we're going to be here inside Pachinki, where we have Team 3, Death Wish. And Team 21, Silent Esports. And Death Wish, it looks like they are in trouble. They do have already 2 members down and out, so they're going to be moving forward as a duo. Another drop there. So it looks like Scarface is down and out. I think that is very quick there with the team 13. Real Gunners already up to 3 eliminations. Now, Death Wish is going to be our very first team out for match number 1. Got a fight going on in Milta, where we have Team 6 Exo Elites. And they are down a member as well, so they're going to be a team of 3. And then you have a team of 16, which is going to be S. Alright, S is closing in very quickly here on a lucky 77k, and Toji. Alright, Quack there. Definitely shooting across the road. Alright, Fox is going to be prepping that grenade, trying to see if they can get it inside the building. Ooh, does get a little bit of damage there. Alright, just across the street is a 3v2. Exos may be in trouble. Akish down and out really quickly there. Alright, Spence trying to get some shots in. Lucky with a shotgun in hand. Nicely done by XO, being a duo team there. They are already up to 3 eliminations. And coming in to join that party is going to be too easy for me. And they are approaching in and coming in really quickly. They are sitting as a full squad here. So XOs could be in trouble here. This is going to be a 4v2. But we just saw them take out... They just took out S here, a full squad. And they are still sitting very nicely. Being a good team of a duo team here. Headed up to Yasnaya, where we have a team 23 Road to Death. Road to Death up to 4 eliminations. And I believe they just took out Team 10, who is going to be MEZEXIS Dreams. So we've already lost 3 teams right here really quickly right off the bat. Also in Yasnaya Polyana is going to be TNT. Headed back down to Milta really quickly here. Because it looks like XOs and EZ4 are still hanging in. EZ4 has not actually lost any members yet, so they are pushing really quickly here on XO. Lucky is down though. Can they? And XO Elites are down and out. EZ4. Nicely done. All right, our zone does shift. We do have a handful of teams that are still outside in that blue zone. And we have a rival 6 that's out there in the blue zone, looks like. And they could be moving forward as being just a duo team here. Hopefully that is not the case, that their members have been disconnected and are able to get back in to the match and keeping them a full squad. We got one of them back, so they are going to be a team of 3 here moving in. Ooh, they are right on the tails of Team 9, Golden Phyra. Nicely done by Woes. Does get a good drop. Can Woes get another good one going down? Very nice. Very quick switch there. And Banger comes in with a clutch. And is able to get the revive and the elimination of Golden Phyra. Alright, Sentinels out in the blue zone, but they are going to be making their way. They went out there to the military base, so they're going to be coming across that bridge. Alright, Team 22, Angels of Glory. They are split 2 and 2. We do see that quite a bit with teams. They'll split as a duo team and kind of grab loot from different locations. All right, TNT still in Yasnaya Polyana with Road to Death. All right, our teams are starting to rotate in here into the very next zone. We've got 13 teams that still remain for match number 1. R2D with a drive-by does get an elimination there. They are up to 5 eliminations for the team. But they have quickly moved out of Yasnaya Polyana. Alright, Sentinels making their way into zone a little bit farther. Our teams are starting to bunch up here right in kind of in the center. We could very well see a school Razak end of the zone here, but we will see as soon as in about 10 seconds or so. Broken Spirits with 4 eliminations, and they are just inside the zone. And there it is. There is the school Razak zone. With 13 teams remain, it is going to be very brutal here. Not a lot of buildings to be able to take a cover. But jumping in right into R2D. They're here in the school. And they do have a member that is down. Vikings Esports. They are a duo here. DeLuciana trying to find a good angle. Definitely needs to be careful. Here comes, looks like going to be team at 19, and that is going to be right there behind. Rival 6 kind of holding up, coming in and out of the Razak area. Villains. Villains, they are at the school. But right across, they're going to have a team of 12 and team 14, both in the apartments. Sentinels getting that revive very quickly. Rain down to a team of 3. And Red Roken trying to get in, trying to close the distance a little bit. Alright, Sentinels has the building definitely covered here. That Rain is inside. Rain is been dropped. Alright, Rain Esports is now down to a duo here. Can they go up against a full squad and actually hold their own? And Rain Esports down and out really quickly there. They did get caught up inside the stairwell. Sentinels now up to 4 eliminations. Silent Esports coming in. They're going to be riding that zone all the way around. Broken Spirits are making their way into the zone. Angel's Glory. Let's see, they are sitting as a full squad. And we are just going to miss that right there. We're going to try to get y'all here as quickly as we can, right back in that action here. Definitely missed that, as we did have a little bit of a technical difficulties there. We are now back in. And it looks like Angels definitely were able to get that kill. Sean down and out. Angels is going to now be a team of 3. And God, 23 with Angel's Glory are really dangerous close here with a rival 6. Shoyan with that nice grenade and a molly there. Angel's Glory now down to just a solo. Alright, we have Deities on top. They're sitting as a full squad. Currently at 0 eliminations. They do have plenty of teams that are still available for them, that are alive for them to be able to get some kill points here. Emperor using that smoke grenade. Gonna try to get out of the area. This is a 4v4 with a Silent Esports and Sentinels. Coming in to join the party now is going to be TNT. TNT making their way into the building. We've got about 3 teams that are inside. Alright, TNT taking on the Sentinels. And Jap is down. Eagles is down and out. Laura shot, trying to use that shotgun, and they are down and out. Looks like a Charlie is gonna be down for Villains. Alright, Villains, last one still stands. We've got 1 member, so they're gonna be moving forward as a solo with 1 elimination. Got Dot that came in there very quickly and was able to quickly eliminate. I believe it was a Rival 6 that was right there. Icon coming in. OP very quickly been dropped and is taken out. Icon are now down to just a duo with 5 eliminations, and we have 5 teams that remain. So Young is down now with Icon. Can they get the revive? Was unable to get that revive, and Icon down and out. We're down to just 3 teams that remain. And the Silent Esports with 8 eliminations, sitting as a team of 3, is inside of the zone. The rest of the other 2 teams will need to be pushing in. We have a Dot that is still out there. Sentinels down to just a duo. Jelly is down. Definitely using quite a bit of smoke grenades there. Good hits, but they were down and out. We're now down to just 2 teams that remain. This is a cross the road battle. Silent Esports sitting as a team of 3 now with 10 eliminations. Dot is quickly moving across. They're going to be a team of 3 as well, but they do have a member down, so they're going to be a duo. Nice, beautiful grenade there. GG's, nicely done for match number 1. Silent Esports taking that chicken dinner. Dot coming in 2nd. Sentinels coming in 3rd. Icon coming in 4th. Villains coming in 5th. Rival 6 coming in 6th. Vikings coming in 7th. TNT coming in 8th. Angels Glory coming in 9th. Broken Spirits coming in 10th. Rain coming in 11th. Easy 4 coming in 12th. R2D coming in 13th. TenIQ coming in 14th. Golden Fire coming in 15th. Real Gunners coming in 16th. Exo Elites coming in 17th. MEZEXIS Dreamers coming in 18th. S coming in 19th. And Death Wish coming in 20th. Going all out goes to Jelly with 7 eliminations. Jelly again for the best companion with the 4 rescues. Was definitely putting in some work trying to help keep that team alive and get those eliminations for the team. But Emperor with a Silent Esports definitely gave that final kill, giving them that chicken dinner for match number 1. Alright, y'all hang tight. We'll get here very quickly into match number 2. All right, match number 2. We are here in Myanmar. Myanmar now being one of the larger land maps and a lot of land. So we're going to see a lot of these teams very well kind of slow down, take their time a little bit. We might see a few teams kind of jump on top of each other, but there is enough land for all of these teams kind of jump down away from each other, loot up, grab what they need, and take on fights as they come. And we are coming out of Ladrilla all the way up towards the Campo Militar. Very good flight path. We've got El Pozo, we've got the San Martin Hacienda area, we've got Picado, we've got Graveyard. A little ways off from this is going to be Los Leonos. So we may see some teams kind of jump down and grab a vehicle and kind of push towards Los Leonos. We may see some teams kind of go up toward El Pozo. But with Hacienda and San Martin right here, directly in this flight path, we could very well see a lot of teams kind of jump in this area. A lot of teams jumping right off the bat here. And teams are still jumping. We may see a team kind of possibly go out to Campo Militar. But this is almost a very 50-50 split here between the two. In our zone, our very first zone is going to be Los Leonos, so teams that are jumping into that area are going to have plenty of time to be able to loot up, grab what they need. We've got quite a few teams down in El Pozo. We're going to go check out R2D. And they are down in El Pozo along with TNT. All right, TNT scattered out just a little bit, but they are in kind of a few buildings in between them and R2D. We have Team 11. Looks like they may be joining the party here inside the El Pozo, so that's going to be Villains. And it looks like they were just kind of driving on by. Exo Elites with 1 elimination on the board already. And it's going to be Broken Spirits. They are down to a team of 3 very quickly. And we did have a few teams kind of go out towards the Campo Militar. Cruz de Ville, we've got 2 teams inside. And we've got Vikings. They're in Cruz de Ville. Along with Team 10. MEZEXIS Dreams. And it looks like they're kind of hanging out, chilling, trying to let Vikings do their thing, maybe to loot, grab what they need, and get out of that area. Way up north, we've got Sentinels. Flo looks like Flo maybe. Nope, Flo came back. So Sentinels are going to be a full squad. We'll keep an eye on these 2 teams that are in Cruz de Ville. Currently, none of our teams have moved into Los Llanos, but very well could see some teams that's starting to move in. We could see a Team 16S, which they are 2 eliminations for the team, but they are down a member. So they're going to be a team of 3 as they do kind of stay in the area and move in towards the zone. Rival 6 working very nicely, looting up and grabbing the stuff that they need. Lula shot kind of in trouble for TNT. All right, Jap is definitely playing very close to those flames. So we've got to TenIQ. That it looks like they're going to be very quickly here down to a duo. And unless they can get a revive, and a Spike's going to come in with a rescue that is going to be keeping TenIQ a full squad as they are out there in that zone. But they have just lost one of their members. They are now down to a duo. Spike is down and out. Emperor with the last one that's going to still be standing for TenIQ. Good grenade, gets it down the stairs, but absolutely no damage. And at TenIQ are going to be down and out. Are they our first team? They're going to be our second team that's going to be out here. Right across the road is going to be Death Wish. And looks like they're going to try to wait very patiently here for TNT to try to make it their way out. Definitely cannot stay too long inside the zone because it is going to be hurting here momentarily. R2D out there in that blue zone. It looks like they're going to be leaving El Pozo here. Our zone shifts once again, still keeping Los Llanos. We may see could see a Petro be the final zone. We'll keep an eye on this because right now there is not a lot of buildings except for Los Llanos for these teams to be able to loot up any extra. 2 teams over in kind of in the Impala area. Vikings and MEZEXIS still out there in that blue zone, very close to one another. And it looks like Vikings are going to be able to try to get out of here. They flipped their car. They're now going to be in some serious trouble here. Nemo coming in with a bicycle. Definitely came in to be able to at least get another member out of there. Nemo pedaling extremely hard. Oh! And it looks like the Vikings are very quickly down and out there, as Sentinels was able to get some eliminations. And Sad Rays up there on the hilltop has a really good point of view here. We'll keep an eye on those two teams as they are playing out there in that blue zone. Let's move in. EXO Elites made it inside the zone. Icon kind of hanging out in the Impala area, along with the Team S. And Scarface is down with a team with Death Wish here. Let's see if they can get that revive. Real Gunners, very Wolf there, very dangerously close. Bunny with that revive, very nice, but they may be in trouble sitting inside those crates. Ooh, Wolf with a very nice grenade was able to drop Scarface. This is going to be very nice here. Can they get... Wolf is down. Bunny with that shotgun in hand. I believe it was a DBS. Neto is down with... Bunny with that shotgun in hand. Definitely clearing them out. Bunny's going to go for a revive once again. Axe Rave with a grenade in hand. Does it get... Oh, gets dropped, but the grenade does take effect there. Scarface is back up. Death Wish needs to get that elimination. And they get that elimination now. Death Wish may be down to team of 13. Real Gunners, and now down to Bama Boys. We have 14 teams remain, and we got a very little zone here. Rain with 5 eliminations. Rain is also down. They are definitely going to come get in for that revive for sure here. Fan got those smoke grenades out and going for a nice revive. Looks like Team S have kind of backed off a little bit, headed back towards the Impala. All right, a lot of our teams are going to start. It looks like they're bunching up down here at the very kind of the southwest corner with R2D, where they are down there holding it down. Villains making their way into zone. And Dot is down to just a single player now with 1 elimination. Alright, Team S making kind of a looped around. Took the long way around, but they are in zone. And it looks like a Phyra boy maybe in a little bit of trouble. Villains are very quickly surrounding the area. Oh, Joker goes down. Phyra boy almost got it. Almost took out an entire squad there. Villains almost lost. And they have 4 eliminations. We're down to 12 teams that remain. TNT, 4 eliminations, sitting as a duo here. But Jap may be the last one that still stands. Looks like Eagle is going to be a kind of a tough revive. Jap is completely surrounded. Oh, and gets right there into those flames. He better heal up. Shotgun, very nice. Oh, a long range shot from Icon there. Easy 4 right between several good teams. And Icon is shooting at him. You also had Death Wish. But Rain is very close. Alright, we are down to just 11 teams that remain. And Easy 4 is right smack in the middle of a lot of crossfire. Rival 6 kind of still holding at the bottom. Alright, they're going to be making their way into zone. With 10 teams that remain. A lot of these teams are kind of holding off before actually moving directly into the zone. Bama Boy is the last one that is still standing. For real gunners. See if he can hold his own here. He is hurting tremendously and is quickly taken out. Easy 4 with 5 eliminations, and they are still caught in the crossfire between a couple of these teams. Alright, the Blessed and the KO, or the last two, still stands for Easy 4. Icon very quickly coming in, as they are now a team of 3 with 2 eliminations. Emperor down with Silent Esports and has quickly been eliminated. And it's going to be all up to Silence now. Can they hold it together? And is a nice grenade by Banger. Rival 6 with 8 eliminations. Charlie getting the smoke grenades out there. Alright, to Bunny almost made it in, but was very quickly taken out by Villains. Villains are now up to 6 eliminations. We've got 3 teams that remain. Rival 6 up to 10 eliminations. Icon has a member down. Can OP hold it? OP holding those shots. And is quickly taken out. We are down to just 2 teams that quick. And this is an all-out 2v2. Which team is it gonna be? Villains or Rival 6? And Banger is down. Z may be in trouble here. Banger definitely calling out where they are. Alright, Banger is out. This is a 2v1. Can Z do it? Gets a knock there, but is quickly taken out. Villains coming in that first place with that chicken dinner. Rival 6 coming in second. Icon coming in third. Easy 4 coming in fourth. Deathwish coming in fifth. Team S coming in 6th. Rain coming in 7th. Silent Esports coming in 8th. Sentinels coming in 9th. Real Gunners coming in 10th. R2D coming in 11th. TNT coming in 12th. Dot coming in 13th. XO Elites coming in 14th. MEZEXIS coming in 15th. Angels Glory coming in 16th. Vikings coming in 17th. Broken Spirits coming in 18th. TenIQ coming in 19th. And Golden Fire coming in 20th. We'll get you in match number 3 here very quickly. Y'all hang tight. All right, match number 3. We are here in Sandhawk. Sandhawk being a very small land map, so we're going to see quite a few teams could be jumping right on top of each other in this map. But the 3 hotspots are going to be Pan Boot Camp, and Paradise Resort. Got teams already jumping out really quickly here, trying to get down to Boot Camp as fast as they can. We have a very kind of a southern flight path, but it is almost splitting it from a west to east. All right, Luke, we are going to have quite a few teams in boot camp. We'll definitely keep an eye, but let's see where the rest of these teams are going. Deathwish Nidu is down very quickly. Vikings starting out being a duo for match 3 inside a boot camp. And Chuchu is gonna be last one still stands. Can he hold his own? Down and out. Team 5 Vikings. Looks like I believe are gonna be our first team out for match 3, and they are. Deathwish up to 2 eliminations already. We also got Team 12 Silent Esports. No, Team 12 Rain Esports. And Team 21 are going to be a Silent Esports. Real Gunners. Badboyz with a shotgun in hand. Oh, Badboyz goes down and is very quickly taken out. Wolf, the last one, still stands. For Real Gunners. Broken Spirits up to 3 eliminations. And Teddy is down. Angels of Glory very quickly down to being just a solo and is very taken out right there by EZ4 with 4 eliminations. Our first zone's kind of that southwest zone. Boot camp still in play for these, and looks like Deathwish did come out on top there. TenIQ with 2 eliminations is sitting as a team of 3 now. Alright, Team S with 3 eliminations. Little Fox with some shots off in the distance. Didn't really get any hits there. But looks like it's trying to take out the buggy or vehicle. Alright, zone closing in. Team 14 came in out of nowhere. Sentinels. And Spike is going to be the last one. Still stands for 10IQ. Jelly with some nice steady shots there. Does get a drop. Team S has 2 of their members down. They are getting the revive, so they're gonna looks like they're gonna be back up to potentially be back up to a full squad. Cash is down and is gonna get revived. Tryout is down. Icon with 4 eliminations. They do have 2 of their members that have been knocked. Hopefully they can get the revive, keeping them a full squad. Times are coming in with a revive on both of those members. Icon still is going to be a full squad here. And we have a handful of teams that are still out there in that blue zone. They're going to be making their way in. Gambo with a grenade. Gambo going to come in with a revive. Going to be keeping TNT as a duo here. They are out there in that blue zone with Easy 4. Alright, Jap is down. Easy 4 making a very quick push. Gambo trying to hold his own and is down and out. TNT has been eliminated. We have a lot of teams that are still... We have 3 teams that are still out there in that blue zone. Hopefully they have plenty of meds to be able to keep them alive. We do have a very western zone. Icon in Golden Fire. Golden Fire are going to have to be moving up the hill, so they're going to be moving right into Icon here. OP is down with Icon. Artem moving in. Golden Phyra very quickly pushing up the hill and eliminating Icon. Icon's gonna be sitting as a solo here. Good grenade on Dom, and Dom goes down. Woes is down. And Dom is going to be revived. The Golden Phyra is going to be moving forward with being just a team of 3 with 4 eliminations. Broken Spirits has made their way into zone. We're down to 7 teams that remain. Deathwish does have quite a bit of an advantage here, as they do have a couple teams that are still needing to get across the bridge. We very well could see Team S make it away across the water, and Easy 4 could go across the bridge. We'll see how these two teams decide to be able to get across to the next zone. Golden Phyra is sitting very nicely on the top of the hill here. Dot with the 7 eliminations. And they are just inside zone, waiting for any team that decides to come across that bridge. Looks like Easy 4 decided to go across the bridge. And Ku is down. Long range shots from Team S. That's going to clear the bridge. Alright, just 5 teams that remain. Team S making their way into zone. Spence with some good shots. It does get a drop on Broken Spirits. Alright, Gone getting revived here. Ooh, Team S kind of gets by. QT goes down, gets ran over. Teddy trying to hold his own. And Teddy is down and out. Broken Spirits have been eliminated. Deathwish now up to 7 eliminations with 4 teams that remain. Alright, Little Fox trying to get a good point of view here. Does get some shots in and gets dropped by Golden Phyra. That is coming. That is definitely making their way in. Dom with a high point there was able to see. Alright, Scarface and Bunny both looping around. And almost gets taken out there. Scarface gets dropped. Bunny trying to save gets dropped as well. Nidu, the last one that is still stands for Death Wish, but is out there in that zone and has quickly been eliminated by that zone. Tryout is down and out. If Team S can get this revive, they're going to be moving forward with 13 eliminations and being a duo with just 3 teams that remain. Our next zone, Dot does take that zone. This is going to give them just a little bit of advantage of having that zone very early on. And Fall coming in with a vehicle. This is going to make it a lot easier to be able to get into zone really quickly. And Dot holding up very nicely against the rock here. Golden Phyre are in some serious trouble. They're gonna have to kind of parkour down the mountain here without being severely hurt towards the very end. Two teams remain in Dom. I'm trying to find a good angle, trying to find the next ledge to be able to get down without getting hurt too terrible. All right. Golden Phyre at the top of this hill, or the top of this mountain, is going to be, they are trying to figure out how to get down it and still stay alive. That was a hard fall for Dom. That's going to be an easy kill. And Dot takes the chicken at dinner because Golden Phyre could not. Oh, they did not. We still have 2 teams remain. Fall still up there on the mountain, keeping Golden Phyre alive. And this zone is going to be hurting. Dot is going to take the zone. Can Fall survive? Fall working extremely hard to stay alive for the team. GG's, nicely done. Alright, Dot taking that chicken dinner. Golden Phyre coming in second. Team S coming in third. Deathwish coming in 4th. Broken Spirits coming in 5th. EZ4 coming in 6th. TenIQ coming in 7th. MEZEXIS coming in 8th. Icon coming in 9th. TNT coming in 10th. Rival 6 coming in 11th. Sentinels coming in 12th. VLNx coming in 13th. Exo Elites coming in 14th. R2D coming in 15th. Real Gunners coming in 16th. Angels coming in 17th. Silent Esports taking 18th. Rain coming in 19th. And Vikings coming in 20th. Going all out goes to Too High with Dot with 8 eliminations. Player Boy with that best companion with 3 rescues. We're here headed into match number 4. Y'all stay tight, hang tight, and let's get you into that next one as soon as we can. All right, our final match for tonight for the Sushi's World Wednesday night scrimmage here. And we have a shooting range flight path coming out of shooting range all the way down to Milta Power with Yasnaya Polyana directly really close to this flight path. School, Razak, Severny. This flight path is going to be absolutely a hotspot for quite a few of these places. Yasnaya Polyana being one, Severny being the other one. Razak and School both being hotspots as well. We might see a few teams kind of jump in the shooting range, grab a vehicle, and kind of maybe potentially move out to Georgia Pool. But we'll see how these teams play out for this last match. Quite a few teams that are definitely made their way out of the plane or in the Razak School, Yasnaya Polyana area. Looks like we do have a few teams kind of going out towards Milta and Milta Power. May see some teams very well. Looks like we've got two teams that are going to go to the prison area. Rain very quickly here, already down to a team of 3. Got quite a few teams up in Severny. Got a couple teams inside Pachinki. Broken Spirits with up to 1 elimination, and they started this last match off being just a team of 3. Let's see how well they can hold up to the teams that are being full squads. Sentinels with 3 eliminations already on the board. Vikings very quickly there are down to just a solo. Axe Rev is down for Death Wish and has been eliminated. Death Wish now moving forward, being a team of 3 as they are headed into this last match here for tonight. Rival 6 up in the Zarki area, not too far from zone. So they're going to be able to grab some stuff that they need, make their way into Georgia Pool. And Golden Fire in Pachinki as well as Silent Esports. And Dot in that Severny area as well. And they are down to just going to be a duo team moving forward. Iconic. Up to 4 eliminations. Vikings are down and out already, along with the TenIQ and R2D. And we're getting that revive. Gonna be keeping a Silent Esports as a full squad. Gambo, last one still stands for TNT here in match 4. He is up to 5 eliminations for himself. And our zone's going to be shifting here very momentarily. And it is still keeping that western side. Gambo with the shotgun in hand. Very nice. Does get a few good hits. And a knock, and was not paying attention. And then out jumps Teddy. Icon making their way into zone. Golden Phyra with 7 eliminations already. They are putting in the work here for match 4, and they are going to be the ones controlling the Pachinki area. So any other teams that are going to be coming in, they will be joining the party in there in Pachinki. Iron Villains with a full squad. Currently 0 eliminations, but they do have plenty of time here. Like I said, Sentinels are in a little bit of a trouble here with 5 eliminations, but 2 of their members have been knocked. Can they get the revive before Rival 6 makes their way in? Flow, last one still stands for Sentinels. Can it be done? Gets a nice drop there with with the Uzi. Got 11 teams that remain. Ooh, nice shots by Flo. Does get a little bit of damage there. Alright, our teams are starting to bunch up kind of in the Gatka area. Alright, Flo trying to get in for a revive. Maybe a little different. And Jit is down and out. We're now down to just 10 teams that remain. Golden Phyra is still playing up there in that blue zone. Woes with some good shots, but definitely didn't get any hit markers. Alright, Broken Spirits with 3 eliminations. QT kind of holding it still here, trying to stay alive. Alright, our zone shifts. Still not a lot. It looks like we're going to be looking at a quarry zone here. Alright, Exo Elites are looting up. And Charlie is going to be getting into the buggy. Hopefully they can push into zone just a little more, trying to get... Actually, they are very nicely inside the zone. Exo Elites not too far from the quarry. Alright, so was getting some extra stuff there. Kind of has a nice little watchtower. 10 teams remain. And we are getting into the last few zones for this map. Golden Phyra with 9 eliminations. EXO at least trying to move in. And Quack with a drop there. Hoji coming in with that vehicle. Woes being healed up. And our teams are scattered out quite a bit here. Looks like we have EZ4 moving in on Golden Phyra. Golden Phyra definitely holding their own for this map. They're now up to, they are a team of 3. So these 3 are going to be going up against full squads. EZ4 very quickly with 2 members down. I believe it. And they are down and out. Alright, our zone has reshifted. Don't have any sort of quarry in there. We're down to 8 teams that remain. Fearless is down and out very quickly there. Alright, 5 teams remain. We've got a decent sized circle for these last 5 teams here. And Trout trying to, with a shotgun in hand, does get a knock. And is taken out as well very quickly there. 4 teams remain. quack for the last one that is still standing. Three teams. MEZEXIS is going to try to get into the zone just a little bit here. Z is down. I think if we would get the revive, looks like they're going to come in with that revive. Very nice. Villains just that quick is already down to just a solo. And the villains down and out. Two teams remain. Golden Phyra. And MEZEXIS. MEZEXIS Dreams. Nicely done, and GG's. Golden Phyra coming in first, MEZEXIS coming in second. Villains coming in third, XO coming in fourth. Team S coming in fifth. Sentinels coming in sixth, Icon coming in seventh, Dot coming in eighth, Easy 4 coming in ninth, Broken Spirits coming in 10th. Rival 6 coming in 11th, Death Wish coming in 12th, Silent Esports coming in 13th, TNT coming in 14th, Rain coming in 15th, Vikings coming in 16th, TenIQ coming in 17th, and R2D coming in 18th. Going all out with 7 defeats goes to Golden Phyra Dom. Joker with the best companion getting 2 rescues, and Dom dealing that final kill and the final damage, giving Golden Phyra that chicken dinner for match number 4. Alright, that is it for tonight for the Battle of the Best Sushi's World Wednesday night scrimmage. We will catch y'all again next week, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Wednesday night scrimmage. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all all so very much for coming, supporting these teams, and supporting the stream. It means a lot. Until next stream, guys, I will keep y'all and see y'all at another time.